Alright, sit down. Okay, metaphorically. Or literally, if you're in your living room, ignoring that kettle. I want to talk about the great Kenyan dream. It's not a dream, it's a hostage negotiation. And you're both the hostage and the negotiator. Hi, I'm Miss Muithathi. I make videos about money, personal finance, building wealth, survival, and most importantly, trying to build something solid when life keeps throwing bills at you. If this or any of my videos give you clarity, a strategy, or even one good idea, consider buying me a coffee. It keeps this channel alive and the work going. Link below or scan the QR on your screen. Stay with me. Now, let's talk about the script they sold us. Go to school, get a good 9 to 5, work hard, retire at 60 with something like a gold watch and a pension fund that might be able to buy you a decent cup of coffee per day. But that's only if inflation decides to take a nap. Well, it's a beautiful fairy tale, right up there with the traffic on Thika Road will clear any minute from now. So here you are, 2026. You're juggling. And you're not just juggling jobs, you're also juggling personalities. Because at work, you're the eager, compliant professional. Okay? At home, you're the calculator, welding stress monster, staring at M-Pesa statements like they are some sort of cryptic love letters from KRA saying, my friend, we noticed that you've breathed this month. Please pay for the air. My friend, they call it financial stability. I call it trying to build a brick house while someone else keeps stealing your bricks and occasionally setting the foundation on fire. Let me tell you a short tragic story. My first investment back in 2017. I got a bonus, a real one. Not just we won't fire you this week kind of praise. No, actual money. And what did I do? I did what any sane, aspirational Kenyan would do. I bought a shiny, beautiful, catastrophic liability. A car. A German masterpiece of engineering that consumed fuel like a politician consumes public funds. My so-called asset had a better monthly feeding schedule than I did. That car, it didn't make me wealthy. It made me a very stylish, very indebted chauffeur for itself. My friend, I suffered. Hey. Now, you see the problem. We keep buying luxuries and calling them investments. I don't know why. I don't understand why we keep decorating our cages and wondering why the door won't open. But anyway, how do you build real wealth while chained to a desk? You become a financial schizophrenic in the best possible way. You see, your 9 to 5 is not your life. It's your funding ground. It's venture capital you. Investing in startup you. Your salary isn't for living anymore. That's a very dangerous myth. So think of your salary as a raw material. It is the clay. And you are not going to build or sculpt another beautiful vase to put on your shelf. You are going to build a pipe, a boring, ugly, glorious pipe that leads money from the account into your own empire. Your boss pays you to send emails, right? Well, fine. Use that money that he's paying you to fund your side hustle that sends invoices. Okay? That's just like an example. Now, the side hustle, the beloved hustle. Everyone's hustling, but most hustles are just second jobs with worse management. You're trading hours for shillings, just in a more uncomfortable chair. The goal here isn't another job. The goal is to build a machine that can run, or at least off convincingly without you being there, pouring your soul into its engine every time. Okay? You see me? Okay, I can say I haven't tried everything, but I've tried most. I've sold cakes on Instagram. I became a digital marketing guru for approximately God knows how long before I realized I was just someone else with a Canva account and a profound capacity for shame. The humor? I was so busy being busy that I was just doing stuff. And I didn't know I was just creating a more elaborate hamster wheel for myself. So this is to say I was just generating activity and not assets. Which most of you, that's what you're doing. I need you to understand that an asset isn't something that costs you money. An asset is something that makes you money even while you're asleep. Or if you're on traffic along Wayaki Way, while you're nodding politely in a meeting about synergies or in some board meeting and you really don't give a damn what is going on. But still, money is coming in. You see that side hustle of yours? It must graduate from being a gig to a system. Maybe it's a YouTube channel about, I don't know, fixing something. You know what you're good at. About the dark art of Kenya personal finance. All you need to do is make one video that keeps getting views. That right there is an asset. Whether you choose to see it or not, it's a little robot sitting on the internet, occasionally spitting coins at you. This is where my financial freedom blueprint comes in. It's designed for such people who are trying to balance their 9 to 5s and trying to make every shilling count. Because it shows you how to turn your salary into automated wealth streams. Create assets that actually run themselves and invest without the drama of hot tips or sleepless nights staring at that beautiful portfolio of yourself that you created. If you want it, you can get it in the links below. That's your shortcut from paycheck hostage to money CEO. You know, it's just funny how in Kenya, the Dark Comedy Festival starts with investing. We Kenyans, we love two things, and that's land and gossip. We love land and gossip. And we treat investing like gossip. And I say this because we want the hot tip, the secret, my cousin's friend who bought a swamp in Kitengela that is now Dubai. Well, it's thrilling. Unfortunately, it will ruin you. Akia Mungu, who bewitched us? I remember some time back, I dove into the stock markets like it was a Nairobi matatu. All I had was faith, prayer, and no clear destination. I was a gambler in a suit. I'd check prices more than I would check my own WhatsApp. My portfolio's health directly affected my actual health. It was a horror movie. Call it the PE ratio of the living dead. Of the living dead, okay? Well, I learned my lesson. The lesson, delivered by a series of small heart attacks, was this. You are not a trader. You are a gardener. You don't stare at a seed, screaming at it, telling it to grow. You don't do that. What you do is you plant it in good soil. And when I say good soil, it's something like a low-cost index fund, a money market fund, a government bond. When you do that, you water it consistently with a bit of your salary every month, and you go the hell away, okay? You ignore the daily weather. You think in seasons, in years. Remember this, compounding isn't a strategy. It's a form of time travel. It's your future self sending money back to your past self. Of course, with a note that says, relax, baby, I got this. Anyway. And then there's the crown jewel of Kenyan ambition. This is the real estate. Lord have mercy upon us. And I ask for mercy because Kenyans, okay, will buy a quarter acre of land in a place with more snakes than people and call it a legacy. You know yourselves. Huh? But how do you afford it on a salary? You think you need millions to start. You don't. You start by owning a window. Not a house, a window. This is through something like REITs. This is a real estate investment trust. It's more like a chama, but instead of you contributing like 3K or 3,000 for Mary's wedding, you all pull money together to own an office block in a place like Upper Hill. You own a piece of the rent. It's boring, but it's brilliant. It's a foot in the door without having to physically break down the door. Now, the balancing act. The while still working part. How do you balance? This is where it gets pitch black. You will be tired. You will be at your 9 to 5 crafting a PowerPoint while your brain is secretly writing copy for your website. You will schedule social media posts for your business while in the bathroom at your job. It feels insane. It is. But this is you running a haste on your own life. The vault you're cracking is your future. You must become a ruthless dictator of your time. Your weekends, they are not for recovering from the week. No, they are for construction of the escape tunnel. You say no, you disappoint people. You become mildly antisocial. You protect your focus like it's the last bottle of water in drought season. You see, burnout isn't a risk. It is the default setting. And that's something people will never tell you. So you schedule your rest like it's a board meeting with God. Non-negotiable. And through it all, you laugh. You have to. Because the alternative is to cry. And tears, they ruin your spreadsheet vision, or in some cases, your expensive mascara. So, laugh. Understand this. The wealth isn't just about money. The wealth is in the freedom. It's in the quiet confidence that grows each month. It's looking at your paycheck and seeing not lifestyle, but options. It's the ability to someday walk into your boss's office and have a very different conversation. Not as a beggar, not as a hostage, but as a counterparty, a free agent. So, your 9 to 5 is the training montage. You see this life, this grind, this beautiful, ridiculous struggle. It's not your finale. It's your origin story. So go on. Use their system to build your own. Be polite at your desk and be a pirate at your spreadsheet. Fund your rebellion with their coins. Build your pipes. Plant your gardens. Grow your empire. One window, one robot, one automated transfer at a time. And for God's sake, stop buying cars that are hungrier than you are. The clock is ticking. But for once, it's ticking for them, not for you. I'm Miss Muithathi, and I'll see you in the next video.